me, these children today are practicing folk dance for 8 hours, and it's an example of how traditional arts is trying to be revived across the country.
I want to understand my culture and keep it alive, and to make sure the younger generation learn about our culture so it doesn't disappear.
When I'm older, I want to work for an arts foundation and to perform too, if that's possible.
Both these students are supported by Cambodia Living Arts, which organises and funds their dance classes. But it's finding teachers that presents one of the toughest challenges. During the Khmer Rouge genocide, artists were targeted, erasing a legacy of talent, skill and expertise.
During and after the Khmer Rouge, the artists found a lot of difficulties. I really struggled, but now the country keeps developing and it won't go back to those days without art and culture.
To date, much progress has relied on charitable support, but some believe the future will be more commercial, including engaging tourism. In the high season, there's a regular show at the open-air stage by Chaktamak Theatre. The commentary's in Khmer and English, and the audience includes tourists as well as locals.
There is now about 1.5 million tourists comes to Cambodia every year. What I think we should be able to see is not just having them focusing on visiting the temples, but also having a different experience of Cambodian culture.
There's also been a strong growth in film here, helped by the founding of Bapana, which archives the country's documentary and feature films, as well as providing funding for young film students. But one of the challenges, as filmmaker Ritti Pan highlights, is the lack of performance spaces.
It's very hard for artists, for young artists, because even if you learn a lot about how to dance, if you have not place to express your dance, you are not an artist.
Artists are turning to abandoned buildings, gardens and cafes. And at the Hotel de la Paix in Siem Reap, the bar and lobby doubles as an art gallery. Another way some artists are making their practice more relevant is by moving towards contemporary forms of expression, like at Khmer Arts. This is one of Cambodia's few salaried dance companies, which brings together classical traditions as well as contemporary forms.
The revenues that generate by tourists is a good revenue to, if you use it properly, is to use to elevate the local culture.
There's a strong sense Cambodia is moving towards a more artistically free and open future, and one which tourists will benefit from too, as they're able to connect with the country's cultural identity today, as well as its traditions.